Good morning, Kaylyn.
Why, hello. How are ya?
I'm a little sluggish today. How are you?
Same. Hopefully everybody else is maybe not so sluggish. I'm Kaylyn.
I'm Dr. Cynthia,
This is Intuitive Hypnotherapy Podcast.
where we invite you to come for the chat, stay for the healing, even if you're a little sluggish like we
Oh
are
man.
today.
Yeah. Last night, I told Dave this morning, that was my worst night of sleep in a long time. Can't figure it out. It was hard to go to sleep, hard to stay asleep, tossed and turned.
Mm-hmm.
It was rough. Then there was a certain point where I was like, I need to take some Benadryl, but then I'm going to be real sluggish in the morning at this point in night taking it. So I didn't.
Right.
And, meh. Meh has been my overall feeling here lately.
Me too. Now, I, on the other hand, am fiercely defensive of my sleep space. I would have taken the Benadryl just to knock out and then, had extra coffee or a 5-hour energy.
Should have.
Morning, to just, it's my version of uppers and downers.
Right. No, I should have. And tonight, at the first little inkling that I don't think I'm going to get to sleep, taking my Benadryl so I can get to sleep.
Yeah, it's a standard in my sleep space.
Yeah.
I'm sheepish to admit.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember when I started having trouble getting to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So
mine kind of comes and goes. And I think lately it's just, I mean, I've had problems sleeping before this, so it's not solely due to it, but I think especially lately, my brain is just, not right.
yeah. What's the status of that? Your concussion?
So should have MRI results today.
Okay.
Which, one of the things, so I text one of the girls that I work with and I said, hey, can you do this for me? I would do it myself, but I can't remember my password. I said, I've used this for how many years? This is why you always write things down. But I thought I had written it down, and apparently what I wrote down wrong was I had the little parenthesis. I don't know what those things are called, but the little parentheses. I wrote the wrong one down. Anyway, so I'm trying to remember it, and I'm like, I use this thing every day. How can I not remember? So I told her, I said, you know what? I just need to walk away from the computer, which is what I've been doing lately. Like the minute my head starts hurting and I just am having problems, I just walk away for a little bit.
Solid plan.
So I did that, came back. Sure enough, hour and a half later or so, logged right in, no problems. So I text her. You'll appreciate this. I said, yep, turns out all I needed to do was walk away from the shower. I remembered my password. And then a few minutes later, I looked back at my message. I was like, oh my gosh, I meant I need to walk away from my computer, not my shower. And she just laughed. She goes, I knew what you meant.
So I thought maybe you had walked away and jumped in the shower.
I just wasn't.
That's plenty of time.
I was thinking I needed to. I mean, all that stuff was going through my head, so I'm sure that's how it all got. But I talked to the neuropsychologist that I know, and he's like, that is classic concussion. He's like, and it'll get better. But that is absolutely classic, you and I talked about it, I think. I don't know if we were with everybody or not last week, but yeah, just flip-flopping things. But it's better. My head is definitely getting better. I just have been in a funk. It's been really bad this last week or two.
Funk, like depressive funk?
Yeah. Yeah.
Funk?
No, it's depressive because I can't do what I normally do.
Yeah.
And I know I need to just rest, but I don't like to rest. And I don't like, I mean, I do things I like to do, even if it's work, I enjoy doing what I'm doing. And I get in a funk. And then I find lately it just spirals. Because then I'm like, well, I don't feel like doing anything. Like, not only do I not feel like doing, I can't sit up at the computer because my head hurts, but it's like, I don't want to, go out and do this. I don't want to leave the house, and I'm like, ugh, how do I get out of this funk?
Well, maybe we
I
can
had
figure
started to
something.
feel better, so hopefully that'll help.
Same though, same. Because although my injury, my right knee is probably, as I thought back over, when I might have fallen, it's been at least a year. It didn't really start hurting until February. And then by March, it was just excruciating. I was, 6 day a week yoga, first thing in the morning, getting it done, getting my Zen on, stretching my bod, getting my core strong. And when my refuge, and that's when I thought yoga had made the injury, because I was really consistent with it, and it definitely hurt doing warrior pose. We now know that warrior pose did not cause the damage that's in there. But I have it. And even afterwards, I was doing yoga at home. I was doing spin classes at home on my little stationary bike. And I haven't even been doing that. I've lost the motivation to do that. Which sometimes, when you pay for a gym membership or whatever, you want to get your money's worth. You want to
right.
But I was really consistent, and then it just, even that was hurting the knee. And I've been doing physical therapy, and I do, my exercises at home and things like this. But I could create a whole workout around those. I could do so much, and I get it. Where you can't work to the degree you want to. I can't work or work out to the degree.
Yeah, and getting outside and taking care of the animals. Yeah, can't do it. So you just get in a funk.
Yeah, and part of it is grade A garden variety pity party. Because
yes, that's what I don't know if I text you this earlier or not, but I literally am like, I have the woe is me mentality, and I hate that.
I am, and maybe with the side of stubbornness. Well, if I can't do it all the way, I'm not going to do it at all.
Yeah.
Which, it's part of human nature, I'm certain. But yes, and then in addition, all the stuff going on around the office, and I've been moving boxes, and now after the 3 floods in my apartment, they're finally doing some repairs. But fortunately my sleep space is okay, but every other place in the apartment has just got boxes and stuff that's been moved in order for them to do their work, and it's only supposed to be for 3 days. And they're like, you can eat out and we'll reimburse you. And but in a body such as mine, a little older, a little fluffier than I used to be, restaurant food just puts on the water weight. And then like I had Chipotle last night. I had a salad, no chips. I did eat a side tortilla because it was delicious. But it's like 300 calories and it's carbs. And this morning, I swear to God, I have a carb hangover. I think that's part of what, plus the salt from the food. And
yes.
Like,
yes. On the weekends, and it's another part of me being in a funk. I haven't done it these past couple weekends, but I usually will cook a bunch of food or grill a bunch of food or smoke a bunch of food. I like to cook and be in the kitchen. So I'll make an obscene amount of food. And some of it goes in the freezer or for the rest of the week or whatever.
Yeah.
But I absolutely eat, it might not even be bad food, but I eat so much more food on the weekend that Monday comes and I feel like garbage. And it's because I ate a lot of food.
Well, first of all, I love that we're bonding over this mutual sensation of funk. But I think I love you a little bit more to know that you eat to excess like yours truly. And
Oh,
I'm like, I'm
absolutely.
not alone. Thank
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. And like you said, like I kind of just, I don't feel like doing anything. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get myself a little cup of ice cream. Yep.
man.
And
Well,
oh, it tasted so good. But
and I too do food prep on Sundays for the rest of the week. And I couldn't do that because I was dismantling my kitchen
yeah,
so that they could do these repairs. So everything that was in the cabinets had to come out. You
I know
know,
you keep your space orderly too. So that's got to be,
I
yeah.
don't believe in bags. Everything goes in a square, not round.
Huh? Square.
Because round Tupperware or round,
You waste space.
you're wasting
Mm-hmm.
valuable space.
Mm-hmm.
So everything has to be rectangles. And weirdly, if you set your shelves up just right and kind of measure with empties, you can use the size of bins that fit perfectly with your particular cabinets.
Ooh. I can see it in my head and it sounds beautiful, but it is not what mine look like.
I'll share some pictures.
Yes.
Yeah, my
Get
organization,
back
even my
together.
freezer. Like if you get a
Yeah.
big bag of frozen vegetables,
Uh-huh.
they don't stay in the bag. They go into,
Oh,
Ziploc.
it looks so nice.
Yeah, and they're all stacked and
Oh yeah, it's got to be driving you crazy. Kitchen torn
yeah.
apart then.
So anyway, so there is I want to do more stuff. I want to not have carb hangovers. I want my kitchen to be done so I can get
Right.
back to doing the other stuff. And I want my
Yep.
knee. And so, part of the reason we're starting a little late today is because I was on hold with my doctor's office getting the referral, because with my particular plan, everything has
Oh
to be
yeah.
approved. You can't just go. Everything has to go,
Mhm.
let's look at your situation.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I think I must fit into an algorithm, woman in her 50s, knee pain, and if I check enough boxes, then the approval goes
Uh-huh.
faster.
I
Right?
hopefully. What do you need to say to push that through? What's the key words?
So I freaking call. I call the insurance. I call the doctors.
Good.
I'm the squeaky wheel.
Yours has got to, you know what? I actually said that about my MRI. I said, because I called the office that requested it. And I said, look, I don't mean to be a pain in the butt. I know they said it could be 1 to 3 days to read it. I said, and I hate when I'm on the receiving end of those calls, like, did you get that yet? Did you get that yet? I said, but I've got to be the squeaky wheel. Can you please check on it? And she's like, absolutely. They know we're going to call them about it. I said, okay, please. Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
I said,
And
it
when
doesn't mean as much calling from the me calling, but maybe if I could have somebody else call for me. But
I
your
don't know. I think
situation,
people like to talk to the patient. I think
well, insurances especially. I bet most people sit around and just wait for the insurance to approve or deny stuff. So if you call, it's got to
I
put
think
yours up
I
there.
think it makes us real
Yeah.
to them, and not just a number, not just a case. And maybe in our meditation, we'll work on some motivation, but maybe we'll also add a little, validation towards self, because we're getting a lot of shit done.
Yeah.
We may not be getting
Yes.
all the shit done or with
Yeah.
the former enthusiasm,
That's
or
yes. Yeah.
vim or vigor.
Yeah.
But also, in the meh verse, not
Exactly
the
what it is.
metaverse, but in the H verse, staring down the barrel of aging.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you could get in a car accident in your 20s and you just like walk away and you just like
Yep.
ready to fight the person
Yep.
that hit you? Or,
Oh yeah.
now we're like grabbing our backs and our
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. I said, I feel like I'm being such a big baby. And this kind of almost goes to the validation thing too, but I'm like, my gosh, like
When did my brain get so crispy?
right. What happened? What happened? And yeah, the other people I've been talking to, they're like, yeah, if this had happened to you younger, you'd probably bounce back a little quicker. I was like, thanks.
So I went to physical therapy this morning, and I heard, well, he was on a bit of a rant, but the one physical therapist was talking to this other patient, and he was saying, listen, you really have to be your own advocate. You have to call on your own behalf. I can't do it for you. We'll send in our reports, we'll make a call or something, but it's really up to you,
right,
to, call in and stay dialed in. And I was like, I felt a little validated by that. I didn't chime in, but I was like, totally doing that. Totally doing that. But then the other thing that I found validating, there was another fella in, and we were doing basically the same exercises, and he was working on his left knee and my right. And I was doing a wall sit for a minute. Ooh. Where you sit on.
I know.
And
that sounds like a long time.
It's not too bad. Of course, today I don't know if I was all the way down to 90. It was a little bit of a low energy day, as we discussed. Anyway, and he was like, man, I wish I could do that. And I was like, what are you, because I could see the scar on his knee. And I said, what are you rehabbing? And he said, total knee replacement. And I would guess he's my age or younger.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. Okay. I'm not as crispy and broken down as this fella. Not that I would ever say that out loud to him or her.
No, I know. No, I know exactly what you mean. Like, all right, okay.
But I have schmutz on the inside, so it's just going to be a clean out kind of situation. But I have plenty of joint space, so that's all preserved. And knee replacements are, when you've lost all the joint space, it's bone on bone, and then they lop off the ends of your bones and put in artificial hardware.
Luckily, you don't have to do that though. Luckily, just clean up.
I wish. I told him, I said, is this something I can stay awake for? Because I'd like to watch. And
you have to be one of the few people that have asked that.
They said no. Oh, yes, indeed. Well, they wouldn't let me scrub in on my daughter's ACL surgery either. So
I can imagine the request.
Like, what?
How
I'm
rude.
a doctor.
Right.
I'm not a surgeon doctor, but I'm a doctor. I'm smart. I've done this before.
Right. I'll bring my own scrubs, okay?
But they're like, no, we don't do this. I said, well, in addition, a doctor, maybe not a real doctor. I said, well, I'll just keep my third eye on you. So I astral projected into the operating suite and watched him do his surgery, and was like over his shoulder the whole time. And I was like, you don't know who you're dealing with, son. So
I don't take no for an answer.
More than one way to skin a cat.
That's right.
Where did that?
I don't know.
Why are people wanting to skin cats?
I don't want to know the other ways.
Oh,
weird sayings. I'm going to look that up. Just see where it came from.
Imponderables or something like that.
Yeah.
So I do some validations in today. I validate you because you get on. You sound great. You don't sound as mush mouth as you did last week.
No, actually, somebody told me that this weekend. They had talked to me Thursday or Friday, and then they saw me again Saturday, and they said, "Oh, you sound a lot better." I was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, thanks."
Yeah. Um, um, yeah, so definitely do.
Good.
Um,
Yeah,
and
I just need some help getting out of the funk, and well,
how's the weather out there?
it's actually really nice. It was almost perfect yesterday. It was not humid. Okay, not as humid.
Okay.
Um, we did have floods down south, which was, I mean,
Really?
and by south, it was only like 2 or 3 hours. Yeah, it was like flash flooding, like places completely, like houses completely gone. It
Uh-oh.
was crazy. And we've got family cabins down there, but our cabins are like up in the hills, like
Mhm.
the hollers, no joke. In the hills and hollers of Kentucky, we have cabins. But my dad went down this weekend and I was like, "How is everything?" And he's like, "It's a mess." He said, "It's a
Wow.
mess. The road going in is almost washed away because there's
Oh,
like a creek that runs alongside of it."
okay.
It's crazy. But here in Cincinnati, we didn't get any of that rain. And it's been a kind of not humid, like really nice few days. Like for it to stay that way, but we are still in summer. So,
Well, I'm on the West Coast and we're having the epic drought that we've had ever since I moved here. Um, but we were supposed to have, there were threats of flash flooding for the past couple of days.
Mhm.
We had a little bit of rain on Sunday, none in my area yesterday. But last week and this week, it's been so humid. It's been so muggy, which is not
uh,
normally.
right. That's normal here, but I know we talked about that. It's
Ugh.
not, yeah, exactly.
I'm like,
uh,
I don't live in Florida for a reason.
right. And if rain would just come, it'd be so much better.
Oh my God. Yes. And uh yeah, and the air smelled so clean Sunday. Again, we had a little bit of rain
Hmm.
and I take credit for it because I washed my car on Saturday. So that's
Yes, that's always how it works. Always. Yep.
almost a
Go
given.
wash your car.
And but yeah, so that also makes, the mugginess makes, like your whole body just kind of feel heavy and
Hmm.
blah.
Oh
So
yeah, that was definitely added to my funk last week. It was just so disgusting during the week. Mm. So yeah,
so
put the motivation even further down.
yeah, so motivation, and there are certain remedies we can do when it's all muggy and gross. I mean, we can kick on the dehumidifiers, we can
Mhm.
eat foods that are not cloying, cold and
Right.
damp foods sound great. But everything in moderation,
Hmm.
and dairy um, can make inflammation and make that mugginess seem worse because it
Ugh.
creates a lot of inflammation and phlegm in the
Hmm.
body. Um, Pungent flavors, like the tea that you're drinking, has a pungent
Raspberry. Yep.
um, and probably a little bit of sweet,
Yep. Yep. Put a
sour
splash of
cuts.
lemonade in there. Yep.
Yeah, sour cuts through some of the dampness. Bitter. If
Hmm.
anybody drinks just plain black coffee,
Yep.
it's very bitter. But there are bitter herbs. There's bitter spices. So there's things um, that we can remedies in our own kitchens, in our own spice cabinets, if you have access to yours. Um,
You have remedies in there somewhere.
yes, to make us feel a little less blah.
Yeah.
And that there's things that we could, have less of. Sadly, a lot of the things that are comfort foods actually make us feel worse.
Right. In the moment seems all right, but yeah, yeah. Afterwards, mm-mm.
Or American comfort foods. I don't know in other
Mm.
countries.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, so let's work on motivation. Let's work
Yes,
on,
please.
let's do a fair helping of grace because it sounds like, at least from both of us, that we could maybe be a little kinder to ourselves during our
Yeah. I think we've
weakened
said it before.
states.
It's like, yeah, your best today's, you know, depends on your situation. So
Yeah.
I have to remind myself of that. I don't
Yeah. I
like
think
it,
what you were
but
going to say is your best is relative,
that's right.
relative to your
See,
circumstance.
it'll get there.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's exactly it. Like, I'm not going to be like I was, 3 weeks ago at this moment, but I'll do my best.
Mhm. Yeah. But there are ebbs and flows,
Mhm.
right? There are ebbs and flows. There's days when you feel better and there's days when you
Yep.
feel shittier. And how do you ride through those
Yeah.
shittier days,
Yep.
right? Without beating ourselves up and,
Mhm.
willingness to get back on the horse. I'm
Yeah,
down.
I need it.
How should we do this? I think we're going to do sort of a combo meditation hypnosis session. So we'll use
Okay.
all of the tools. We'll
I
use
like it.
all of the tools, maybe even a little NLP. Maybe we'll get our flesh suit involved.
Get them out.
NLP is neuro-linguistic programming, and it's a hypnosis technique. This is a very basic
Mhm.
explanation of NLP. It's neuro-linguistic programming, where you actually kind of act out, pantomime, if you will, the energies that you're moving. And, or as one of my instructors says, get your flesh suit or your body involved in the healing
Flesh
process.
suit.
So that's borrow from lots of people. Nothing's original. Let's pretend. Okay, so everyone, we're going to enter into the meditation program. So please don't drive, don't operate heavy machinery during this part. Put down any sharp implements. Safety first. And find your way to a comfortable chair. Could be a nice rocking chair. Could be a nice rocking swivelly office chair. Could be a big Eames lounger, like I have in the hypnosis suite. Whatever you have, whatever feels good, even lying down, whatever feels good in your universe. Let's do that. So take a deep breath in and let's just get here. Be in your physical body. And you might even like pat yourself and just like get here, just fully settle in. And take a couple of deep cleansing breaths. Let's oxygenate the body. And as you sit there in your comfortable chair or lay down in a comfortable place, draw your attention to the chair beneath you. And notice how that chair or where you're laying is supporting you, is supporting your physical body. And allow yourself to feel supported. And really take that in, the sense of being supported. Because sometimes when we're feeling meh, sometimes we just need that comfort, that sense of, we've got some place to lean. We've got some support. Even if it's the support of a chair or the concept that the universe is supporting us. And as you realize that you are supported, know that it's totally normal to feel emotions. It's totally normal to maybe laugh or giggle or cry or feel waves of emotion. That's good because it means that you're moving them out. You're allowing your body to process that. And so as you allow your body, your psyche, your soul to appreciate this concept of support, draw attention to the small muscles around your eyes and notice how those small muscles have begun to relax. You've begun to soften, and it's easier to keep your eyes closed. Just feels good. Feels calming, centering. Close your eyes and let the chair support you. And perhaps notice the muscles of your forehead, your scalp. They've also begun to relax. The muscles of your face, your jaw, your lower neck, starting to soften and relax. You begin to sink heavily into the chair as waves of relaxation begin coursing through your body. It's comfortable, it's safe, it's supported. And it's easy to let the muscles of your arms, upper arms, shoulders, forearms, hands, fingers, to completely relax, like soften like a wet dish rag. Just get lazy and floppy, comfortable and relaxed. You might notice that your shoulders are falling away from your ears. Just sinking into that chair, feeling even more supported. Noticing as you let your upper body begin to relax, your torso, your side body, your upper back. Those muscles begin to soften and relax, allowing you to sink even further into the chair. The muscles around your belly, your low back, your hips, softening, relaxing, sinking into that chair, comfortable, safe, supported. Now even your thighs, front, back, sides are relaxing. Your legs become floppy, heavy, sinking into the chair. Allow your lower legs, muscles of your shins and calves, the intrinsic muscles of your feet all the way down to your toes, to soften and relax, getting heavier and heavier where you sit or lay. And allow this sense of relaxation, comfort, and support to course through your body, to wash over you. And know if we did nothing more, that this is a healing. Just allowing the body to power down completely. Such a gift to the senses. Quiet, comfortable, relaxed, safe, supported. Sinking into the chair, we'll count down from 5 to 1. And with every step down, we'll deepen the relaxation until which point we get all the way down into the safe recesses of our subconscious mind. 5 to 4, doubling that amount of mental relaxation, letting waves of relaxation course through our body, softening, deepening, relaxing. 4 to 3, deeper down, deeper down, deeper down. 3 to 2, as much as 10 times more relaxed, more comfortable, more safe, more supported. From 2 to 1, all the way down, 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 into this safe, comfortable place, relaxation, our resource state, our subconscious. In this deep resource state, be a point of light behind your eyes and in between your temples. As if with closed eyes, you're looking at the world from behind your eyes. As if you're looking at the world from behind a windshield. Be a point of light in the center of your head. Center of your head is your 6th chakra. This is where you have your knowingness, where you can look at things from a place of neutrality. It's your 3rd eye. So be here in this safe, comfortable place with your eyes closed in this deep, relaxed space. Bring your awareness to the bubble all around you, your aura, your personal space, your energy field. And from the center of your head, look at it over your head. See your bubble on either side of you, in front of you, behind you, and even underneath you. And push it out about 3 feet from your center point. You can play with the size of your bubble. Push it out 10% more. See if you like that better. Or draw it in 10%. This is your bubble. You get to make it comfortable. And from the center of your head, grounded in your bubble in this deep, relaxed state, choose a color for your bubble. Any color but white or black. And play around with colors. See what feels good to your physical body. And then whatever color you choose, allow your tube of light, your grounding cord, to be that same color. And see from the center of your head, your grounding cord, go all the way down to the center of the earth. Center of the earth, we're going to imagine, is a lawn or a meadow. And that tube of light grounds into the center of the earth. Stay in the center of your head in this deep, relaxed space, feeling comfortable, supported, relaxed. And in this safe place, this comfortable place, on the outside of your bubble and not touching your bubble, create a reading screen, a television screen or a video screen, and have it hovering out there outside of your bubble and with your eyes closed in the center of your head. Imagine looking at that reading screen on the outside of your bubble. And first things first, put a stick figure that represents you on your reading screen. And in this moment, give that stick figure that represents you a healing. You didn't tune in here. You're not feeling blah. You're not feeling less than motivated if there isn't something that needs to be healed. And so give yourself that healing. You may be specific in the healing that you give yourself, or you may be general. Body level healing, support, validation, whatever you in present time needs, give that to yourself. And take a moment in the quiet, in the center of your head as a point of light, with your eyes closed, looking at that reading screen, at that stick figure that represents you. Give yourself the healing that you need. Take your time. Now you can continue giving yourself this healing. And as you look at the stick figure that represents you, we want to look for a place where you hold the concepts of feeling glad, sad, or fearful. And when you see in your own body where you feel glad, sad, or fearful, it'll be all together in one place. It can be anywhere. You can point to it on your physical body, or you can see it on your stick figure. But see the center where you process feeling sad, glad, or fear. And be there and see what color it is. And when you see what color it is, change the color if it doesn't already, to match your bubble. So perhaps you feel glad, sad, and fear in your belly. And maybe it looks gray. But your bubble is purple. Invite that space to release the gray and become purple like your bubble, or whatever color your bubble is. And most people, when they find the point where they process glad, sad, or fear, and it can be different places on different times. But for today, we're going to imagine it's in one place and we're giving it a healing. And then draw that healing off your reading screen and into your physical body where you sit or are lying down. Sometimes we resist feeling uncomfortable feelings because it's uncomfortable. It doesn't feel good. It's not fun. We may cry. We may lead into feeling even worse. And it's okay. It's okay to give yourself permission to feel what you feel and to lean into that in this safe place. So when you bring that healing into your physical body, you're giving your space, you're giving yourself space to feel glad when you feel glad, sad when you feel sadness, or fear when you're frightened. And simply giving yourself permission to go there oftentimes is enough. So be in this place. Comfortable, safe, supported, relaxed. Just gave yourself a profound healing. Now look out on that reading screen and imagine an image of yourself, and imagine that image of yourself. You're doing one thing that you wish you were doing, one thing that you wish you had motivation to. Maybe it's exercising. Maybe it's writing your book or calling a friend. Maybe it's just getting some work done in a timely fashion. Whatever it is that you're seeking motivation for, see yourself on your reading screen doing that thing. If you're exercising, see yourself exercising. If you're eating mindfully, see yourself eating mindfully. If you're tackling a project, see yourself like a moving meditation, like a dance, getting that project done. And see yourself giving yourself grace. Maybe it's a big project and you need to chop it up into parts. Get a little bit done at a time instead of feeling an overwhelm. So whatever it is that you are seeking motivation for, big or small, just imagine in your mind's eye, imagine you're watching yourself do that thing. Sometimes we have to imagine it and let it be fun and see it before we can believe it. So see yourself on your reading screen doing that thing. And see how you feel in your physical body as you're watching yourself do that thing. You may notice that just the process of imagining, considering getting that thing done is enough to help you feel motivated, help you feel some of that drive. Because if you can imagine yourself actually doing it and watching it and seeing it play out, you're training your brain to do just that. And your brain doesn't know the difference of you imagining doing that thing or actually doing that thing. Your brain processes the information the same. So this is a low cost, easy way of practicing motivation, practicing doing that thing. And then it'll be easier to do that thing in the physical. So take a moment, be in the center of your head, grounded in this deep, relaxed place, having given yourself a healing. And see yourself doing that thing that you want to do, cleaning that space that you've resisted cleaning, doing that project. And let it be easy. Let it be fun. Let yourself be in that zone, a self-imposed trance. You may notice that your physical body wants to get up right now and do that thing. That means it's working. So I encourage you to listen to this meditation as often as you need to get through stuff, and let it be easy and fun. So in a moment, we're going to take this permanent change, this healing you've just given yourself. We're going to come back to the room ready to go, having given ourselves grace and motivated ourselves by just doing a practice run of whatever that thing is that we want to do. So in this comfortable, relaxed, energetic place, we're going to count from 1 to 2. Start wiggling our fingers or toes. 2 to 3, we might shift in our chair, kind of getting the bod engaged. 3 to 4, we're ready to go, get some shit done. 4 to 5, eyes open, wake up, feeling motivated. Yes. How was that, Chica?
Good. Very good.
Well, sometimes I think we're really hard on ourselves. And so I wanted to start by giving us a healing, right? Give us a shoulder.
It's exactly what we need.
You know, it's like, bring it in, bring it in.
Exactly.
And then,
oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, sweetheart. I know you've got to go. Let's wrap this up. Thanks everybody for listening, our subscribers. And again, thank you for those ideas. We're going to try and march through as many as. Yes, we appreciate that so much. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.
Thank you so much. I'm Kaylyn.
I'm Dr. Cynthia.
This is Intuitive Hypnotherapy Podcast,
where you came for the chat and stuck around for the healing.
Bye, guys.
Bye.